Hello scrapbooking friends, and thank you for joining me for another video. So today is my update video for the month of December, projects that I got done in December, any spending that I may have done, and also plans for January. So I didn't get any layouts done in December, didn't expect to, and I didn't work on layouts at all. I have got a couple prepped though, and I'm hoping to do those in the next few days. So I'm hoping to give you some layouts to look at, layout process videos to watch, and fingers crossed. So I did my traveller's notebook for my donkey, the donkey traveller's notebook, and I did my Christmas album, all finished. Much smaller than I would normally do, but we can talk about that as I show it to you. But yeah, all done, completed. I'll start off by showing you the Donkey Traveller's Notebook. There's not too many pages in this today. Let's move you over here slightly, I think. Yeah, sorry about that. Not too much in here. I missed one Tuesday at the beginning of the month as I went for my eye checkup, and then I missed Boxing Day, and I didn't go in this week. So yeah, I missed one or two, but I actually did do, I helped out some events instead. Well, not instead, but I helped out at events. I was there, just not on my regular days. So we finished off here last time, didn't we? And then we move into December. So this is just saying that I did this is not my actual day at the sanctuary. This is what I did, not instead of, but another thing that I did for them. So I did a talk at a school on the island for the young children. And I'm just saying here about how enthusiastic they were. And I'm just saying that I didn't go in on the 5th because that was the day that I had my eye checkup. But on the 7th, I helped them take a donkey to a care home. So, and I also helped out at a school fete, Christmas fete, which was the same school as I did the talk at. So yeah, so I didn't go in on the Tuesday, but I did a talk on the 1st, and then I went in on the following Thursday. So yeah, just saying that it was just an amazing experience to take Bella to the care home. It's just incredible. And then on the same day was when I went back to do the school fete. But these photos are actually me doing the talk at the school. So that was the beginning of December. And then we move on to the 12th because I didn't go in on the 5th. And this was just a normal day at the sanctuary. So I did a bit of grooming in the morning. Lucky, Chucky and Jenny. I observed some clicker training with Frosty Donkey. And I helped bring him down to the barn area with his friend Lily. Spoken about Frosty and Lily already. They're bonded now. And so I gave him a little brush. He'd had his coat on, so he needed a good groom. And then I actually gave Lily a groom as well. And I don't think she'd been groomed before, though. I think I might have been the first one to groom her. And then I may have been the thing. I waited with Frosty and Hannah. So I waited with some of the donkeys whilst they ate their food, and then released them. And the minis, I released the minis, and I made up a treat bowl for the Eurostar donkeys. Oh, not the Eurostars, I think that was the week before. I'm getting mixed up with the week before. I made up, I helped to distribute some treat balls to some new donkeys at the sanctuary. So Autumn, Pearl, Poppy and Betty. Betty, isn't that such a nice name? Yeah. So I just helped to take a treat ball to them, and then I finished off by helping feed the oldies, including my boy CJ, who's now in the oldies herd. This was the following week, the 19th. It was, oh my gosh, that day was just so damp. All morning, absolutely poured it down with rain all morning. I had my waterproofs on, and I got soaked through. And I remember one of the girls saying to me, the farm staff saying to me that, oh, you know, the waterproofs don't work when it's like torrential rain. And she was right. I was soaked through to the skin. So I've used a bit of pattern paper here. This is that Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Seeds actually. I've used the stripy side. And as I was doing this page, I thought to myself, I'm sure I've got a stamp that's got a rain on it. And then I found this stamp in my stamp set. So it's like a little cloud with rain and a smiley face. Glitter alpha there just says damp. Old foam alpha. Just one photo of me ready to go in the morning with my waterproofs on and my Christmas tree hat. So I'm just saying, a very damp day. I helped with mucking out in the morning. Then I spent a few hours helping work on a document for the sanctuary. And then I gave Theo and Noah. It's a tongue twister. I can never say those names properly. I have to really think about it. I end up saying Thea instead of Theo. So Theo and Noah and the oldies. I helped with those feeds. And I'm absolutely soaked through to the skin, even with my waterproofs on. Stamped some carrots here and just the date. And then it comes to an end because, yeah, like I say, I didn't go in on Boxing Day because I was in with family for Christmas. And then I was a little bit poorly over Christmas and I didn't quite feel well enough to go back this week to the sanctuary. So I've not actually been back yet. I'll be going back on Tuesday or next week for my first session of the year. And I didn't put in here about doing the grotto. Santa needed an extra elf and I helped him with that. So that kind of made up for me not being able to go in after Christmas. I've not put that in here and I really think that I should have done. But I've put it in my Christmas album. I wanted to put it in my Christmas album. I don't really like to put things in both. So yeah, we'll see what you think when I show you. But I definitely wanted to put the Christmassy grotto in the Christmas album. And I don't like to double up because I'm trying to make, you know, these not be too chunky and last as long as possible. Right, so that's that one done. Then we can move on to the Christmas album, shall we? So, create my own album this year. I did show you this to you briefly in my previous update video, I believe. What I'd done is I'd taken all the scraps paper that I had, cut them to sort of size, all the sheets that were sort of big enough, and I'd sort of punched some of the holes, and I think I'd done this page here, so that's all I'd done. And just to show you how downsized this is compared to what I may have done previously, I'll show you my 2016 albums too. And this is when I first discovered Chamel's Journal Your Christmas. So this was the first time I kind of did a class for it. I mean, I still did it all my own way, but you know, obviously I got ideas and inspiration from the class. I didn't follow it exactly, but I ended up with 2 albums. And these are, you know, 2 to 3 inch albums. They're not those thin ones that you get from Simple Stories. So yeah, this is I'd done Christmas albums before this, but this was my first kind of mammoth year of doing a Christmas album. And I think the following year I had 2 albums as well. Maybe I'll show you some of my Christmas albums. I think I've shown you one, haven't I? I think I might flip through one in 2018. That was when I did 12 by 12. So yeah, just to show you that this year I was almost not going to do a Christmas album. But then I decided to do one and just document, not necessarily special things, but just document things that happened in the month, like festive related, but not every day. So in those other albums over there, I do like every day. I document every single day all the way through to January, and whatever I did festive that day, I would document. And if I didn't do anything festive, I'd just kind of say, oh, I was in the office today or something like that, you know. I didn't want to do that this time, and in the spirit of not buying a new album, didn't want to buy a new album for 30 quid. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to utilise what I've got. So I used my cinch machine, and I made my own album. So this is a little tag that my young next door neighbour gave to me with some candles that she made for me. So I thought, you know what, I just had that to the front of the album as a nice decoration. I'd already done this in the previous video. So pattern paper with tracing paper stapled to the top, Simple Stories, Colour Vibe, foam outfit in red, and a Bramble Fox piece here with the truck and the tree. So on the inside of this, I've added a Christmas card that my husband gave to me, which if that doesn't make you smile or, you know, laugh out loud, then I don't know what will. So I thought to myself, oh, I'm going to add that to the album because it's like really nice. So I've done that, and then here I've a bit of tracing paper and a bit of pattern paper. A wood Christmas jumper embellishment there, and I've just said here, looking forward to Christmas in Derbyshire again this year, because it's the first time we went to Derbyshire since 2019 for Christmas. So yeah, that was just really nice to do that. And I've also added a little bit of gesso here. So sometimes I use tags and sometimes I like to use gesso, and I quite enjoyed using the gesso in this album. It was quite funny really, because when I first bought it I was like didn't get along with it, and I didn't really know what I was going to use it for, and I've ended up using it quite a lot. So I like to write poems. I don't know if you follow me, you'll probably know I like to write poems. So I wrote a festive poem for the donkeys this year, and I added that to my album here. So this is the card from my husband, and what I thought was I'd just cut down the trim the poem. I'd put it on social media, so I just took it off of there and just stuck that to the inside of the card. And then this is the card from my husband, and I just stuck that to the page like that. This was the page that I showed you already. I've added a little bit of gold glitter to this page, so it's just a very small scrap that I had, and I've got this festive photo of the dogs, just put their names here, foam sticker, button, Bamble Fox acrylic piece, metal piece here that says "Know in your heart you are loved." And this was 2 pieces of pattern paper actually stuck together, and then torn edges. So that's the first page. And then on this, so that's kind of like, just because that's a festive type photo with the blanket and the little gingerbread toy, I just thought I'd add that in. And then for my next page, this paper was slightly less wide than the others, but it was the right size for the height and everything, so I used it. And even anything that I found that I thought would fit in, I've utilised. So pattern paper again, one photo of me ready to go to the Christmas party we had at the Donkey Sanctuary for the volunteers, and I've got this donkey Christmas jumper that I really like, so I wore that last year as well. I actually did get it last year. So I've got a wood piece here that I've just added red ink to. I've got these glitter domes here that I've added, the wood dome, little horseshoe wood piece there. Same on this side, I've extended the embellishing similarly. So I've got a horseshoe, a wood dot and a glitter dome there, and another wood dot here, and then I've got this little blue star. This is just like a die cut piece that I'd had already, probably from those that I keep in here that are my sort of birthday Christmas themed ones that I'd got from different collections, and I don't really use the other side, so what I do is I turn it over and use the blank side for journaling. All set for the party at the Donkey Sanctuary. I wore my festive jumper, a disco with some Elvis and rock and roll, and I've outlined that with one of my blue gel pens there. And then what I've done is done faux stitching around the photo in white gel pen. That's a jelly roll pen. So in this album, lots of the embellishments in this album are from the layouts that I've deconstructed as part of the House of Scrap. So lots and lots of embellishments in this album are kind of second hand, being reused. I stamped there as well, didn't I? I forgot to say that. So yeah, so like these domes have come from a layout, and this piece came from a layout. These are in my stash. But yeah, if I come across something that I remember was come from a previous layout, then I'll mention it. This definitely did. I think that did as well. I've still got quite a few of those Christmas jumpers in my stash. So this was the taking the donkey to the care home. So this is another page that could have gone into my Donkey Traveller's Notebook, but because it was very festive, I wanted it to go in here. So yeah, I mentioned it in my album, but I've not put the photos in that Traveller's Notebook. So this is kind of a double page spread, because it's the same day. It's kind of companion pages really. So this lovely, the reverse side of this lovely pattern paper was perfect for this side, so I didn't have to add in another page or anything. And then I just got this lovely piece of musical paper here that my friend Moira sent to me. And what I've done here is I've just added a small photo of Bella. This is Bella back at the sanctuary later on in the day, and she was a little bit tired, as was I. Simple Stories foam alpha, again red, button piece there which is reused. A lovely what do you call those, it's like a seal, isn't it? But they're some of my favourite stash that I've ever had. So I've popped that on there and added a bit of twine. I've done some ink splatters here and a little bit of washi tape across the bottom, and then I've done, don't know if you can see the texture paste here. I used texture paste through a Tim Holtz stencil to put Wonderful there, and I've sort of done that, carried through to this side as well with the Merry same stencil. So that's the 3x4 photo in landscape, and then on this side I've got this 4x6 photo of me ready to go with my jumper for the day, and yeah, all set to go to the well, the care home and the children's fete. Faux stitching around the photo, reused tag here, and I've added a snowflake. I found a snowflake eyelet in my stash that I've added there, and some baker's twine. and I've stuck that to the page in that loop that I quite liked the look of. This is a very old puffy Santa that I'd got in my stash. When I showed you in my previous video some of my Christmas stash, you'll probably, if you watched that or recently, you might recognise some of the items. So that's a puffy Santa that I really wanted to use. Jumper day here, so I've added that foam title again, and it was this day was actually Christmas jumper day. So although when I'm working for the Donkey Centre I do have a uniform, yeah, I had to have my Christmas jumper on underneath. And I've just said here about taking Bella to the care home was wonderful. I helped at the donkey stall at school, fate in the afternoon. Christmas jumper under my uniform. That's that page. Now this is my favourite page. If you are part of Chamel's Journal Your Christmas, you may have seen some of these pages on the forum. I have popped some of these onto the forum actually, so yeah, you may have seen them, but they've not been anywhere else apart from on the forum for Chamel Journal Your Christmas this year. So yeah, favourite photos. My husband took these photos, and I always like to have a photo shoot with the doggies, and I was going to the dentist this day and I wasn't looking too scruffy, and I said, oh, you know, I want my photo shoot, and my husband was like, oh, can't you do it on another day? And I'm like, no, I want to do it today. And I was so pleased because the photos came out really nice, and it was his suggestion to sit in this arbour that we've got in the garden, because where I normally sit for the photo shoot, the bench seat that we have has kind of collapsed a little bit, so it's not there at the moment. So I didn't know where I was going to have my photo shoot, and yeah, moved it over to the arbour, and the light was just perfect and everything. So yeah, really pleased with it, and this is my favourite spread in the album. So yeah, the back of that red cardstock there, and then this is another pattern paper here with the poinsettias. So what I did was I got the nice photo of the doggies here, and then the other photos. Well, they're all nice photos, but this is the one that I chose to be the large photo, and then I did a grid style with the other ones, which are just on 1 4x6. So 2x3, aren't they? They're quite small photos, but I really like the effect of that. So what I've done is I've added some ink splatter. I've got 2 embellishments here that were saved from previous layouts. So this is metal, and this is a glitter plastic sort of piece, which I absolutely love. And this is a wood circle piece that I've added gesso to, and then I have stamped over it in red ink. So I really like the effect of that. And then on this side I've got some 3 layers of washi tape here. I've got a poinsettia chipboard piece here to go with the poinsettia print, and then this Tim Holtz washi tape, which I have very little of left now. I did use up some of my washi tapes this year, because I do use them on envelopes and things as well when I'm sending cards out and what have you. So I did use up quite a bit of my washi tape. I think I've still got some of that left though. So this was Santa's Grotto. So I helped out in Santa's Grotto, as I've said already. And this is this green is the reverse of this paper, which worked out perfectly again. All reused items on here. So this metal piece, I've added a bit of gesso to make that Imagine show through a little bit better with the white. Metal arrow, silver glitter foam alpha elfing, #elfing. This is just me ready to be an elf. Tim Holtz washi tape again, Bramble Fox piece here. So these 2 definitely came from layouts that I've deconstructed. And then this piece, I love this this, what do you call it? Do we call them Kinder jars? I think they're called something else in America. But yeah, I love it. It came as part of the Christmas album, I'm sure it did, from Vicky Bootin. So this is kind of like just the festive 6x8 piece. I've added the acrylic piece here from Bramble Fox. This is my little Rudolph, one of my favourite stash items, and that's the only one I've got left, and I've used it. I found this little piece in my stash. I've used that chipboard stocking that I've had for ages. Bramble Fox piece again, and then this little bit here came from a Christmas cracker. Who is Santa's favourite singer? Elvis Presley. I always love getting that in crackers. It's an oldie but a goodie, and I said to everyone, if you get the Elvis Presley one, I want it, and someone did get it, so I kept it to put in my album. And then this is me in the grotto with Santa and his chief elf. And I did round the corners of that just because I thought it fitted in nicely with the jar there. I haven't put any ink splatter on this. I may actually go back in and add some ink splatter to that. And then this is me at the end of elfing, all elfed out with that glitter foam alpha. Washi tape again. I really tried to use washi tape this year as a decorative piece, of course. Bramble Fox. This is a reused piece, so it's a wood house with a flare piece on it that says #success, and then I've just put exhausted at the bottom here with a black gel pen. And then that's just me like collapsed at the end of 2 days of elfing. This was the boys' when they'd been for their groom, their festive groom. They always get a little bow tie or something similar from the groomers when they go at Christmas time. So I just sort of got them home and took a photo with that of them, and I've put Smart Boys here with that glitter alpha. This is a stocking layered sticker that's been in my stash for ages, and I managed to use it up. Reused the bow tie there, and I've just put the boys have had a trim. I wanted to say festive trim, but I ran out of space. And I did I add a bit of gesso? I think I added a bit of gesso to that, yeah, I did. I added a bit of gesso there just so that the writing stood out a little bit more. Not sure if I've done that before or not mentioned it. No, I don't think I have. I think it comes up in the album. So then we get, so this is kind of before Christmas, and didn't really do a lot Christmas related. So yeah, I didn't even sort of meet up with some of my friends just because of one thing and another. So I haven't even done that yet. I'm going to have my Christmas meetups with my friends in January. That's all planned. But yeah, so not much happened. So basically we're now at Christmas at my parents'. So this is the dogs with my brother. So I've done like a grid, haven't I? I just wanted to put all these little photos on one page. And what I've done is I've added gesso to this pattern paper, which is the reverse of this paper. I've added gesso just to lighten it a little bit, whitewash it. And then I've added this Nutcracker layered sticker in the middle there, and that's it. It's just a simple page with all these photos. So there's my husband opening presents for the doggies watching him, the doggies getting their Christmas treat, my husband cutting the fruit for the starter at the Christmas meal, my brother with my dogs, and my brother with my dogs just, you know, piling on him when he arrived. And then this is the barrier at the bottom of the stairs at my parents' house, because both dogs are not allowed to run up and down stairs because of health reasons. So we had like a little barrier at the bottom of the stairs, and that's them looking up trying to get over the barrier. They did, yeah, they did leap the barrier a few times, the naughty boys. So yeah, that's just like a grid style overview of sort of, you know, different things. I was actually really poorly over Christmas, so I started to feel quite poorly on the 22nd, and yeah, and on the way to my parents on Christmas Eve, I started to feel poorly, and I was actually quite poorly over Christmas. So you know when you get a cold and you have like a 2 or 3 days where you're at your absolute worst, you feel your worst. So you start with a cold, then you have the really bad bit of the cold, and then you start to get better. Well, yeah, the bad bit of the cold was over Christmas for me. My husband's actually since come down with it, so he's really poorly as well. But yeah, so anyway, I didn't take a lot of photos. I was just kind of getting through it. It was amazing to be with the family, obviously, and I did enjoy that. But I spent the whole time trying to avoid passing on my germs to other people. I took this photo of Mum and Dad on Christmas Day. As I said, I didn't get many photos. I didn't even get one with me and Mum, and I always get one with me and Mum. But luckily, I did get one with Mum and Dad. So Mum had bought Dad this festive waistcoat, and Mum had got her doggy Christmas jumper on. So I snapped this photo of them too. Just said, Mum got Dad a festive waistcoat for Christmas. So it's just a little insert really. Well, not an insert, it's just another page, but it's a smaller page. White textured cardstock. And then on the back, I just got this photo of me with the book that my husband bought me for Christmas. So a vintage book from Shafka. I love it so much. So he got me this book. It's like a vintage book from 1969. It was printed in 1969. And it's got a label inside. It was gifted to a child, and the label's still inside. And yeah, it's amazing. I haven't actually sat down and read it properly yet, but I wanted to get a photo with it because it's like my favourite gift. And I've got that book to read, and I've got another book to read. I've got a few things to read once I'm completely better and feel like reading again. But yeah, so just, yeah, ink to the edges, just like I say, just white textured cardstock. It was a scrap, I think, that I just found in my scraps. So then we've just got, like, this is actual Christmas Day, so a photo of me with my Christmas jumper on. Can't really see it, but at least I've got a photo of me with my new Christmas jumper. This was my Christmas jumper for this year. I wasn't going to get a new one, but I found this one, really liked it, Snoopy. So yeah, I did wear it on Christmas Day. And then my mum got this little sort of toy box for the doggies for Christmas. So I just got a funny photo of both of them sitting in it. And of course, Chester's a lot bigger than Buddy, so his leg was hanging out, which is quite amusing. I got this Santa die cut from those Simple Storage page piece packs. Just added some thickers here, 25. Just saying, feeling a bit under the weather, gift opening. So yeah, I didn't really have a lot to say because I was not at all well. So then my dad and my husband wanted to go to the pub for a drink, and there isn't one within walking distance of where my parents live anymore. So I didn't want Mum having to take them, so I sort of went with them. Sat in a corner, just there for an hour. So I did gesso here on this pattern paper. This is the other side of that pattern paper. I think this was one of those 12 by 12 sheets that I had left, wasn't it? Was it, or was it scrap? No, I think it was a scrap. So gesso, just the photo of me with my drink, and yeah, just sitting there, not feeling too great, but hiding in a corner. This was a gift tag that came with a gift from Mum, so yeah, I've just added that in, and then a photo of my husband and my dad at the pub, and then cheers. And this was that Bamba Fox piece that I'd got in my box, and I thought it said cheer, and then Stephanie, my lovely friend Stephanie, said to me, no, that bit that was broken off that you mentioned, that's from the end of that. And it obviously makes sense that it says cheers and not cheer, but I was thinking like good cheer. So yeah, stuck that together and added that on, and then I've got this thread here, that twine that I've added in there as well. And then this is just another small piece of scrap pattern paper that I had. So we took the doggies for a little walk on Christmas Day. Just a photo of me with the doggies, and I'd had a photo taken there the previous year with the doggies as well. So yeah, just thought I'd do that. And a little bit of gesso again, festive walk up the lane, Christmas Day, die cut piece here, die cut tree, poinsettia, and a little glitter textured robin sticker there just to add on to that. And then the back of this paper is this lovely Christmas festive cottage paper that I absolutely love. So that was perfect just for this side. I added 26 on there with the thickers. I did add a tag here, some twine, doubled up the twine there, so I like the look of that. I've got this lovely little red doily here that I'll tell you about in a moment. Yellow tag, a little die cut piece that says ho ho ho, and then this very small photo of me looking very poorly on Boxing Day. I think I managed to get through Christmas Day, and then Boxing Day I just kind of like, oh, that was it, you know. I couldn't do anything, didn't even go for a walk with the doggies, so I was just kind of getting through the day again. Feeling poorly. My husband and my mum took the dogs to see a friend, a neighbour, and then Mum made lunch, of course. And the good thing is about Christmas, even though I wasn't feeling very well, I did enjoy my food. My mum made us lovely meals, and I did really enjoy them, so that was good. Gel pen here. Then this is just another pattern. Oh, now this is a whole sheet of pattern paper that I did cut down because I didn't have anything that. I looked through my scraps and my Christmas paper, and I just didn't have anything that I wanted to use. So I looked through my ordinary paper, and I just decided to cut this piece down because I thought it just went really well with this side, and I thought, yeah, I can just make it work on this side as well. So I did cut down a full size page of 12 by 12 for this. So it's one photo of the doggies just on the bed at my parents' house, in our room at my parents' house. This is one of those paper pieces from Simple Stories, Holly Jolly, and then I've added the festive foam sticker of the pudding on the top there. I've just added it to the page, cut it down, and just punched through where it needed to be punched through. Tag here that I'd had in my stash for a while, Vicky Bootin. I wanted to use that this year. Another one of those little circle stickers from probably from one of those page pieces. I've got two little tabs here. A little puffy sticker here, and then I've added the thickers again here, and I've just said the pooch is relaxing. And then this was the 27th, and on the 27th my parents woke up to a leak, water coming through their bedroom ceiling, which you don't want at any time, but you really don't want at Christmas. Thankfully it wasn't on Christmas Day or Boxing Day. So anyway, I think I spent the morning trying to get someone to come and look at that for them, which we managed to do. And then later on, my dad thought he'd lost his cards, his like credit card wallet, and then even later on, they had like a power cut that only lasted for a few minutes, but there was a storm going on. So yeah, that was quite not a good day, and I was not feeling my best, and it was just like everything was going wrong. But you know, it all worked out in the end. I got someone coming to look at the problems, and Dad hadn't lost his cards. He did find them, and the power only went off for a few minutes, and that was kind of at bedtime. So yeah, just a very busy page, but I really like it. I wanted to add a bit of interest here to this corner. So I think these pieces came from, you know, one of those paper sets. So then I've got this page here. This is the official photo that they shampooed us where the doggies go for their trims. They took their official festive photo, and I didn't get that until sort of after Christmas. So I thought I'd pop that on here on the reverse side of this pattern paper. I've got this reutilised Rudolph piece here. I've added the twine, washi tape again, just saying official photo. Another puffy. I had got this puffy sticker, and I think this one was left over from something, and I managed to use them this year. So I was really pleased about that. And now I've got an idea for this bit here. This piece here, which is what my lovely friend Stephanie sent to me from Poppy's Crafty Owl. That says, "You had me at Wharf," and I just can't decide whether to add that there or not. And I'm thinking it looks really nice. I'd have to move that over a bit. What do you think, Stephanie? I don't know, I think I might have to add that. I'll tell you about those things in a minute. So then the final page is this. I've showed you this in my previous videos, this little stapled little booklet that I'd had in my stash for ages and ages and ages, and yeah, not sort of used it, couldn't figure out how to use it. I really wanted to use it this year, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to use it. Really sorry about the light coming in here. Yeah, it's just yeah, recording this a little bit later than usual. So anyway, it's a stapled book that I've stuck to the page, and I've reused this Bramble Fox piece on here that says celebrate, and one of those little can't think what they're called again, seals, and a little Bramble Fox mug there. And then I've got a photo here of the Christmas decorations that Mum got me, and the other ones that are made by the same people that make this. I have a little collection of them in the window. And this year, because I was poorly, I didn't really do I didn't do any Christmas decorating, to be honest. Like, and I was at the Donkey Sanctuary a whole weekend before Christmas, so I just didn't get anything done. But I did get a few things out, and I always get this out, which never gets put away really. But so I displayed that. I treated myself to a candle when we went on holiday earlier in the year. And then my lovely little next door neighbour made me these 2 candles. So I'd got this kind of display here, and I thought, you know what, this can just be about sort of decorating, baking, you know, just activities. So if you flip up, you've just got that photo, then you've got this photo on this lovely Jingle Bells paper, and then on this paper I didn't decorate much with being poorly, baking and a jigsaw though. So I did do some baking and I did do a jigsaw. So I got this beautiful festive donkey jigsaw from the Donkey Sanctuary, which I did do that after Christmas. It took me a couple of days. And then I did make, before I got poorly, I made these sort of Rudolph cupcakes for myself and for my neighbours. So I've added that in onto some tracing paper and a die cut piece there, a bit of gesso going on there. And then I made some fudge as well, but I didn't get a really good photo of that, but I took that up to my parents. So I've just put on this little craft tag that I found, homemade fudge and cupcakes. And then I've got this die cut piece that says deck the halls, this die cut piece that I've stamped. I've put the little red glitter dome on there for Rudolph's nose, and I've stamped cupcakes, and then I've got this wood piece here that says joy on it. So yeah, and then that's the end. I haven't put anything in here about gifts received, which I normally do in my Christmas album, so but I do make a note of that. So I may, yeah, I'm not sure if I'll do that this time, but that's my Christmas album finished. And I'm really pleased that I got it finished, and even though it's a lot smaller than what I normally do, and it's not as full with so many stories, it's just, you know, perfect for this year really. So I was really, really pleased to get that done. Now then, as I said, my lovely friend Stephanie sent me this piece here, which I think I am going to add to the Christmas album. So that's nice of her. Thank you, Stephanie. And she also sent me this absolutely beautiful card. Just look at that. How lovely is that? I mean, oh my gosh, just beautiful. Embossed and everything, and glitter and all sorts. So yeah, thank you, Stephanie. And even when I do make cards myself, but I haven't done so much recent years because I tend to buy them from the Donkey Sanctuary. But even when I made them, I don't think I ever put this much effort into making a card. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much. And my lovely friend Moira also makes beautiful cards, and just look at that, absolutely stunning. Never made anything like this myself. Just beautiful, stamped and coloured, and the little enamel dots and all the layering and everything. Just beautiful. Thank you, Moira. Beautiful cards that are going to go in, somehow going to be kept with my album. So as I said, Stephanie sent me that lovely little piece there, and then Moira sent me a little package with some lovely things in it. So I've got these tags that were in there that I'm going to use. This one came from Stephanie actually, and I'm going to use that. Yeah, sorry about that, getting mixed up here. These came as part of the package from Moira. Beautiful vintage type tags I'm definitely going to use somehow or another. This absolutely lovely thicker set, which I can't quite read what it says. What does it say? Beach? Oh, a beach. Is it beach? Yeah. So, and I've actually got an idea for that already. I've got a layout to the side here that I'm ready to do, a Christmas one, and I think I'm going to use that on that layout, so I'm popping that over there. She also sent me these lovely sequins, winter charm, and this lovely little sequin piece that she's made herself. She's really, Moira is so good at making these, like just so good, and I'm going to utilise that some way or another. This lovely red pops, what's it called? Can't read it, but it's just, yeah, like an ink, like new red drops I suppose. So I'll use that definitely. And what you've seen already, one of these beautiful little red doilies, and lovely little doggy things here. from Shadney, and these lovely little bones here. That is not the bone that I used in my Christmas album. These are different. I had one from another layout from before, so I've got some more of those to use now. And these lovely Simple Stories brads from Pet Shop Dog, which I've never had. Can't wait to use those. My doggy themed things, and some of the things were in these little lovely little paper bags that I'm going to keep. So yeah, all those lovely things from Moira and Stephanie. And then Mum gave me these little frames here, and these lovely wood pieces that I've had before but not had for a while actually. So we've got Adventure, Discover, Life, and then Hello, Smile, Happy. So yeah, as you know, I love wood, so can't wait to use those. Absolutely perfect gifts that I've received. So lucky. Beautiful friends, thank you. The only spending I did was to replace the ink. I bought a pack for my selfie printer, ink and paper, photo paper. Sort of was running out, could have waited a bit longer, but I didn't want to pay postage on an order, so I just popped that into the order, and I like to do that, you know, just buy things that I know I'm going to need at some point just to save postage. And I will be probably breaking into that, using it quite soon anyway. So yeah, just this ink for myself. Mum gave me a voucher for the range, so I shall be going to spend that at some point in the near future. May purchase adhesives, may purchase embellishments, not decided yet. I will decide when I get there. And so that was another gift from Mum, so that was lovely. Go and choose the bits that I want from there, maybe when she comes here, and I can take her with me to do that. I think that's everything. So I've shown you what I've worked on. I've shown you my purchases, well, my selfie ink purchase I've told you about, and the gifts that I received. And January, yeah, I'm hoping to do 1 or 2 layouts in January. I've got a couple planned that I really would like to do. And I'm behind with the House of Scrap. You probably noticed the video didn't go up at the end of December because I was just too poorly to do it, and I haven't got one done for tomorrow, or is it today either? It's today, isn't it? Friday. Yeah, I haven't done one for today, so yeah, hopefully I'll get one up for next week, but as soon as I can get back into that I will. I've got one ready to record, so yeah, that'll be the next thing that I'll do. Yeah, other than that, just carrying on crafting when I can. So Happy New Year everybody. I hope you had a lovely festive season, however you may celebrate that, whatever you may do. I hope that you've all got your new year has started off well. I hope it continues to go well for you, and I hope you have peace and joy. And I just want to say thank you again for following me this last year. I know I haven't been around much lately, but thank you for your interest still, and thank you for watching my videos. Stay safe, take care, and I shall see you next time.